So those who are out there, again, who might have been in this rut of maybe that they are, maybe there's some who jump into bed quickly, right? Why is that? Why is it because is it self-worth? Is it maybe someone that they are just feeling lonely? I mean, what are the reasons why people make those mistakes?
And I want to say, I have heard, all kinds of things. I've heard men say, well, if she doesn't give it up, on the first or second date, then I'm not dating her again because she's not worth me investing my money in that anymore.
Right.
I've heard girls say, well, I have sex with him on the first date because I'm lonely and I want to hook him, right? Women want to hook men.
Yeah.
And especially in Utah, you have some divorcees that are just overwhelmed with life. And what they're wanting is a life partner, but they use sex to be able to attract a life partner, at least initially in the honeymoon phase. That's what they do.
Right.
So it's all over the place. And that's not even bringing into the picture all the confusion around, if you have a religious belief and what your beliefs are in God. We all have a little bit of a different belief system because we all have a different relationship with God. We're all learning about our relationship with God through our own soul. And we're at different places, which, is fine. We all learn at different, in the divine time that we're supposed to be learning. God gives us as much time as we need to learn this stuff while we're here.
Right. So I'm sure that you have received a lot of texts from past boyfriends, or let's say guys you've dated and you've given them your number. So
yes, and I've grown a lot, you guys.
Yes.
I have. So I'm not super proud of myself. What I will say is that when I first was divorced, and I don't know if many of you know this about me, but I got married at a really, really early age because I got pregnant when I was a teenager. And so not to blame anybody, I was on birth control, but my parents ended up taking that and I didn't have the confidence or worth to say no. So I ended up pregnant. And so what that means, and the reason why I bring that up isn't because I want to bring up my dirty past. There's a point here. What that means is that because I got married and went from marriage to marriage, so I was pretty much married from age 16 to like 45. And then all of a sudden I was single and I didn't know what to do with myself. What happened was I reverted back to the old child Jill that was experimenting with sex and had no idea about my worth.
Well, you never had the chance when you were younger, to really date, right?
To really even be dated by somebody that, my second marriage I did, But the point is that I really hadn't learned the lessons of self-worth. I hadn't really come to terms and reunited and, reclaimed my soul's worth. I hadn't done that work yet. And so what happened was that showed when, as I went through the divorce, I went back to what I knew, which was my 16-year-old behavior, right?
Yeah.
And I had a lot of catch-up work to do, to do that soul work, to figure out what my soul to really understand my soul's worth and value. And what I will say is that what I've witnessed through the dating process time and time again, and maybe you can add some story to this, is it's just huge that if you use and abuse others, they will use and abuse you. And it's, the only people that use and abuse others are the people that, like, if you have a doormat, and if it's okay to put dirty shoes on that doormat and you let them put their dirty shoes on you, then you're always going to be used as a doormat. And I remember that story being told to me and I thought, am I really doing that? Because I thought, I want connection. I want physical touch. I don't want to be lonely. I was yearning for something, but I didn't know exactly where that boundary should be for myself. And I was trying to figure out who I was and, and what was good for me and what I was attracted to.